Need to know about in Pennsylvania, helping thousands of students from PK to high school. It's called BLOCS. We'll explain what BLOCS stands for. They have 33,000 scholarships to students all across the state last year. Wow.
And in December, BLOCS distributed $60 million to disadvantaged schools. So we have the BLOCS CEO, Rob Delany, here to let us know how it works and how you can get your tax dollars to be directed and get involved.
You know, you misspelled BLOCS. You're supposed to be a part of the education system.
Yeah.
It's BLOC. What's that stand for?
It stands for Business Leaders Organized for Catholic Schools, which is where we got our start 40 years ago. The schools were in trouble, and the business leaders got together. They went to the church and said, hey, you can't let these schools close. This is where our best employees come from.
Right.
And what the church said is, hey, can you organize the business leaders and do some fundraising to keep these schools open? 40 years later, we've broadened our mission to include really all faiths. And all-purpose schools, so schools for the deaf, schools for the blind, special education. We really serve all children.
So you were served well, apparently, with a Catholic education. Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in South Philadelphia and St. Monica's Parish, deep South Philadelphia.
Of course.
And
then went on to?
I went on to St. John Newman, which is now Newman Goretti.
Yes.
And they're still doing the good work down there, bringing our children along.
Okay. How does BLOCS work?
So BLOCS is very easy to do as a donor, and what you do is you make a donation to a school through BLOCS, and you get a 90% tax credit for doing that. And we you know, it's funny because we did a seminar recently, and one of the donors that was in the seminar said, you know, I wake up and I always thought I would just love to write Little Flower a $10,000 check. I would love to be able to do that. And she said, and I did that, and it cost me $650 after taxes. And so I can afford $650 to a school that changed my life and continues to change children's lives.
And it's important to know, too, this is just in Pennsylvania that we can do this?
Just in Pennsylvania, yes.
Well, how do I do it then?
Yeah.
So you contact BLOCS, and we actually send you a text or an email, and you do it right on your phone. It's about 4 clicks on the phone, less than 60 seconds.
I choose which school I want the money to go to?
You can choose a school or schools. So you can say, hey, I want it to go to these 3 schools that are in your neighborhood. Maybe you have a grandchild that goes to school. Maybe you just care about
this
the school.
This isn't considered a charity.
Well, you...
how would I write it off? I mean, not write it off.
Yeah.
Get a tax credit.
Yeah, how does the tax credit part work?
So what happens when you make the donation, you join an LLC is what happens.
Okay.
And that LLC turns around and gives the money to the schools. The LLC gets the tax credits from Pennsylvania, and it distributes them to the people who put the money in. And so that's how you get the tax credit.
Okay.
It's on something that's called a K-1, which is kind of like a W-2 for a business.
My CPA every year goes, well, didn't you donate to anything where you have no write-off, you doofus? This would help me.
Anybody can do this. Anybody that pays taxes in Pennsylvania, you don't have to have a tax degree. You don't have to be wealthy.
So it doesn't have to be a certain amount?
It doesn't have to be a certain amount.
Okay.
You can really do it for any amount. We do it. We do donations $3,000 to literally millions of dollars.
Wow.
So.
Well, Alex was going to do $1 million, but.
No, really?
Good to see you, man.
And it helps more than it funds 33,000 scholarships.
That's right.
33,000 scholarships, and
in a year.
in a year, and
So let's keep it going.
Our children are awesome.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do. We're coming right back.
Thank you.